Imagine two martial arts legends standing there locked in a stare. No smiles, no small talk. Just eyes locked like sharp blades. The tension in the room is as sharp as a freshly honed Japanese katana. One is an icon with an afro and deadly fast moves. The other is a living legend of American karate, famous for his lethal spinning kicks. This is the moment when Jim Kelly and Chuck Norris faced off and shocked the martial arts world. This wasn't just a fight. This was a war between two living legends. A moment where two worlds collided in the middle of the ring. Both are no ordinary names. Jim Kelly, the star of Enter the Dragon, a point-fighting champion with godlike speed. Born in 1946, Kelly was a U.S. karate champion and even opened his own dojo in Los Angeles. He mastered Shorin Ryu and Okinawa karate with a rhythm-driven, free-flowing approach and a sharp intuition.
Fuck this!
Meanwhile, Chuck Norris represents strength and discipline. A world karate champion for years, Norris is known as a practitioner of Tang Soo-do and Shotokan with a direct fighting style, pinpoint precision, and a rock-solid technical foundation. With a military background and experience in various international championships, Chuck is a fighter who doesn't talk much, but he's deadly. His spinning back kick is not only iconic, but it also packs the power to stop anyone who lets their guard down. A collector of championship belts, Chuck has plenty of experience teaching opponents lessons in every tournament. This duel isn't about who's better, but who can endure the longest. Kelly wins in speed, but Chuck wins in depth. If we were to compare their styles, this fight would be like watching street capoeira go up against military karate. Just like the blue pants karate fighter, who uses the precision of his strikes to drop his opponent.
The other person in blue is karate. So look at this, this is so funny. Oh, you see?
He got lit up.
Exactly.
The capoeira fighter is skilled in his movements, but not one of his attacks lands on target.
Full bore. Yeah. What's really wild is that like his timing is just too easy to sort of gauge.
Meanwhile, the sparring match between the karate and capoeira practitioners gives us a glimpse of how these two martial arts would clash in an arena. Right from the start, the difference in their movements is clearly noticeable. The attacks are just as contrasting. While the karate fighter uses his signature spinning kick, the capoeira fighter responds with his acrobatic, fluid kicks.
Nice.
Throughout this sparring session, both fighters continue exchanging kicks, each showcasing the unique style of their martial art. Next, let's shift to the fight between the capoeira practitioner and the black belt karate fighter. After a tough ground battle, the karate master finally ends up on the receiving end of a barrage of punches to the face, leaving him unable to continue the fight. Some of these fights definitely remind us of Jim Kelly's fighting style. full of improvisation, always using unusual angles and fluid body movements. Meanwhile, Chuck Norris is a textbook fighter with simple but precise techniques. And his strikes are always dangerous. We can also imagine this as a fight between Anderson Silva and Dan Henderson. Silva with his speed and wild instincts, much like Jim Kelly. Then Henderson, heavier, stronger, and more systematic, just like Chuck Norris.
Good right hand by Henderson. Watch out.
Chuck's tactics are very similar to George St. Pierre's style. He's not in a rush, always calculating his moves carefully. On the other hand, Jim Kelly is more like Israel Adesanya early in his career. Wild, fast, and unpredictable.
Again. They made it so damn good.
Kelly enters the ring like a panther on the hunt. His steps are light but sharp. Standing at 6 feet 2 inches, his athletic frame is lean yet solid. As soon as Norris steps into the ring, the energy shifts. He's not just a fighter, he's like a diesel truck. Slow to start, but once he's moving, it's almost impossible to stop. At 6 feet tall, his muscles aren't just for show, they're built to absorb and return pain. They stand in the center of the ring. On one side, Jim Kelly is still, but his eyes are like lightning before a storm. On the other, Chuck Norris stands calm, his face as solid as granite. The crowd is silent, sensing that what's about to happen isn't just a fight, it's history. Kelly takes the initiative first. Light steps, his body slightly angled, then he throws a lightning-fast combo at Chuck's face. It's precise, it's quick, but Chuck still stands. He wobbles, but doesn't fall. Then Chuck moves forward, his right foot swings back, building the momentum for a powerful spinning kick. This kick is impossible to anticipate and lands hard on Kelly's arm. Kelly tries to adjust. This time he plays at a distance, relying on counter punches, but Norris keeps moving forward. His pressure fighting style forces Kelly to lose his rhythm, and that's dangerous, because Jim Kelly is rhythm. Without it, he's just a flash of lightning losing its scuff. Finally, after a combination of body shots and a high kick landing perfectly on Kelly's shoulder, Jim begins to falter. He drops to his knees, not from defeat, but from exhaustion, time, energy, and space running out. And in conclusion, if these two legends really faced off in a real fight, it all comes down to momentum. If Kelly can maintain the rhythm and control the distance, he could win on points. But if Chuck manages to close the space and attack the lower body, the fight could end in a classic KO. The real question is, if they fought in an open scenario without tournament rules, who would you back? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like if you still believe that martial arts isn't just about technique, it's about the soul.